99% of new players are broke. Let's get on with it, Osrs.
RuneScape is one of the hardest things for new players to figure out. You might train your stats, complete a few quests, and even get some gear upgrades. But when it comes to stacking real GP, that's where most people get stuck. The truth is 99% of new players never make real money. Not because the game is unfair, but because they fall into the same mistakes over and over. When you first start out, money is slow. You're out there killing cows, selling bronze bars, and if you make 50k in an hour, you feel like you just robbed the GE. Everything is expensive. Every teleport scroll is a luxury, and every gear upgrade feels miles and miles away. And that's where a lot of players get stuck. They think, if I can't make good money now, how will I ever be able to afford a whip, or Barrows gear, or a bond? But here's the thing OSRS doesn't tell you. The game snowballs. Snowballs hard. The more you progress your account, your skills, your quests, your gear, the more doors open up. And that's the paradox of RuneScape. The game is stingiest with GP when you need it the most, and incredibly generous once you've proven yourself. Progress is the multiplier. The more you unlock, the more you earn. And the more you earn, the faster you unlock even more. So if you're stuck at the early game right now and grinding for your first few 100k and wondering how people have billions, don't quit. Build your account. Unlock everything you can. Because the longer you stick with
So what he's saying, guys, is that get your levels high. So when I first started playing RuneScape, guys, like 11 plus years ago, guys, I was like, this is a hard game. But what I've learned, guys, and I'm going to tell you guys, is that the best thing I've learned is that you're going to be low level, guys. You're going to be making 50k, 15k. And when you do hit your first 100k, that is a lot of money because remember, you're going to be low level starting, guys. The higher the level you are, the more money you make. But you also got to get the quest done and you also got to get done all the diaries. Get all that done, guys, because the more quests you do, the more you can do bossings and the higher level are attack, straight, defense, and magic and range, you can do PKing and battle other players in the game. So just be patient, guys. So I like that answer. It takes
the
time.
faster your GP will start to stack. It's not about getting rich early. It's about laying the foundation now, so money becomes effortless later. Almost every new player gets stuck in some outdated method. Killing cows for hides, chopping yews, mining coal, or fishing lobsters. These methods top out at like 50, 150k per hour.
That's
me, barely
guys.
anything compared to what's out there. Meanwhile, early minigames like Winter Todd at 50.
I wouldn't say lobsters, but like sharks and stuff because I'm much higher level now. But yeah, I do that kind of new
Fire
stuff.
making average 200 to 300k GP per hour, plus supplies like herbs, seeds, and ores. Temporos at 35 fishing is similar. Steady GP, consistent rewards, and actual progression in fishing. Even early combat methods beat the classic grinds. Hill Giants in Edgeware Dungeon, 200k per hour, just in Big Bones and Limpwork routes, while also giving prayer XP. Stop grinding outdated skilling methods just because a 2007 guide told you to. It's 2025,
2007
research
guide.
modern moneymakers that fit your current levels. Unlock Winter Todd, Temporos, Hill Giants, and you'll be doubling or tripling your GP per hour instantly. In the early game, I would highly suggest using your GP for quests, skilling, and things like stamina potions. It's super tempting to get the most expensive best in slot gear as soon as you can for your level, but there really isn't any need. Just get what's good enough to get by and use the rest of the GP to progress your account. The earlier you
I would have to say that, guys, when you're first starting, don't rush and wanting to get the whip or rush to get the twisty. You'll get there some point, guys. You gotta start with bronze, then iron, then it just goes, to atoms, and then goes to rune, and then dragons, and goes so on, so on, so on. It just takes time, guys. It's like I feel like RuneScape is kind of like the real world, except with dragons and all that stuff. Because you understand, guys, you start off small and then you get bigger.
do this, the more you actually unlock better money makers. It seems counterproductive in the moment, but it's actually the best thing you can do for your account. All the better money makers start in the late mid to end game, unless you learn how to flip, but I'll be talking about that a bit more later. Quests are the hidden key to money in OSRS, but a lot of new players normally avoid them. Here are just a few examples. Recipe for Disaster unlocks Barrow's gloves. These have been the best in-stock gloves for years. Lost City unlocks the Dragon Dagger and the Dragon Longsword. These are strong weapons that let you take on money-making bosses earlier. Animal Magnetism unlocks the Ava's device, saving...
Now, the reason people don't do quests and they're like don't want to do it is because it's boring. I'm gonna be honest. Some of the quests take hours to do, and people want just to go kill a dragon, or they just want to go kill a cow and they don't want to do bosses. Um, and so what I can say about Quest, guys, is that it can be boring, but you just gotta be consistent, guys. I know I don't like questing. I only quest when I live stream, guys, with you guys, because you guys motivate me to keep going. But I would say with the runelet, for your laptop or PC helps so much. It's a quest guide helper. It's like if you've never used runelet, guys, you should, guys, for quest. It helps a lot. It tells you the location where each step is, and you can get your quest done faster and get the location you need or the boss you're gonna do or the items that you can use. It's worth it a lot,
Millions
guys.
of GP in ammunition, and it gives a range boost. Fairy Tales Part 2 unlocks the portals, the fairy rings, and these make travelling
I've
and
done
money-making
that.
routes way faster. Garden of Tranquility unlocks extra farming patches, and most new players skip these. Meanwhile, they grind for weeks for the worst gear, higher costs, and longer travel times. Make a quest list focused on money unlocks. Get Ava's device, fairy rings, barrows, gloves,
All right, we
GE like
can
a
get it.
shot.
Get it next.
Instant buy, instant sell, done. But that's how you bleed money. And while this is very normal for people to do, and even I do it sometimes when I just instantly want to buy or sell
Okay.
something, but say you grind for like 1,000 herbs, you either want to slow sell them to maximize profit, or you want to sell them to another player to avoid tax. The more expensive the stack of items, the more you'll get taxed. So that's why it's best to do one of these selling methods. Even at a basic level, learning to flip items like runes, ores, or potions can make 200 to 500k per hour. And this is with very little risk. For example, death runes and lore runes almost always have a margin. Some raw versus cooked food, bars versus ores, or even
So with flipping, guys, because I know quite a bit of it. If you see my videos, guys, or my live streams, you know I know somewhat about it. What I've learned about flipping, guys, is that I would be checking the prices because it does change. It's like, think about it, going to a store, guys, and I want to buy this cup, and let's say that cup costed $5, a month ago, but I didn't want to spend $5. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna wait. And then you realize it's $10 more, and you're like, oh man, I should have bought it when it was just $5. So that's what RuneScape really is, guys, is that prices go up and down, but there is a 2% tax with it. There used to not be a tax thing, guys. The past, I think, month or two, they came up with that. So it's like a new thing where now the more you spend buying items, you're gonna get taxed, or the more you sell, you're gonna get taxed. They used to not do that, but it's helping me because you're learning that, hey, in the real world, there's Uncle Sam. You get taxed. So let's say if it's $1.25, it's not gonna be an actual $1.25 because remember, you're gonna get taxed too. So yeah.
unfinished potions versus finished ones. The difference between selling instantly and waiting for the right price could be thousands of GP per item, and over time that's millions. There are so many overnights that you can slow buy low and sell.
Now, if you're trying to buy items, guys, I would sell it. Well, I would buy it low and sell higher. But what he's saying is correct. Do it overnight, you'll make a lot more money,
High.
guys.
Even if it takes hours to buy and sell, you'll be making profit every time. And this scales greatly. The more GP you have, the bigger the margin will be on the items you can buy. So next time you buy or sell something, place a margin check first. Start small with stackable items and reinvest your profits. You don't need to be a pro at flipping to make money. Just avoid instant selling everything. I can make a more
True.
extensive flipping video in the future. Let me know if that XP
Alright,
might
next.
get your combat stats up, but it makes almost no GP. Even at low slayer levels, you can make a little bit of bank. Aberrant Spectres drop herbs worth 400 to 600k per hour. Blood Veils drop alkables and GP 300 to 400k per hour. Dust Devils with good stats can reach 1 mil per hour with rune drops. And there's so many more to mention. And then there's PVM. A lot of players are scared of bosses, but even early ones like Barrows can bring 500k to 1 mil per hour if you get lucky with RNG.
Alright, so now with bossing, guys, it is like a luck of a draw. So I've done barrels before, guys, and you get a chest, but that's if you're lucky, you might get 500k. It's like a risk. So like I do barrels sometimes, guys, and when I've done it, I don't really get good items. It's like a chest that sometimes you'll get good items, sometimes you won't. So far, I haven't got anything good. It's not my favorite. Oh, giant mold. I love that. It's one
While
of my
the
favorites,
giant
guys.
mole averages 300 to 600k per hour. with mole claws and hides. Avoiding this
Now, I've been doing a lot of giant mode, guys, because there's a pet you can get. I want to get my first ever bossing pet, guys. I did take a break from that, guys, because I was doing it every single day trying to get it. But I did not do the diary, guys. If I do the Falador diary, it tells me the exact location where the giant mold is, and it'll be a lot more easier. But I'm lazy, and two, I did try a little bit of it, and I had to get a quest done, and I had to do another quest. I'm like, are you serious? Just to get that one quest I
content is
needed.
what's keeping you broke. Train Slayer early and don't be afraid to attempt bosses. Once your stats and quests allow you to, that is. Even if you die a few times learning, the long-term GP is definitely worth it.
It's true. I have to agree, guys. The more bossings you do, the more money you'll make. Start small, like do like bounties, and then do like giant mold. Those are probably the first two, and do the F2P one, like the hill giant one. That's a good one too, because those will help you to get into the real hardcore bosses. But I'm not a pro at it, guys. I'll have to rate myself like a 6, guys. Means I'm
A
not that
sneaky
good.
trap that keeps players poor is bad spending habits. New players often waste money on things like constantly upgrading small gear pieces instead of saving for the big ones. Spending on cosmetics or inefficient training. For example,
That is so
someone
true.
might spend 200k on rune armor, then 100k on small upgrades, instead of saving up for a whip at 70 attack. An item that's been
That is
useful
true.
for years and makes every combat method faster. Real wealth in OSRS comes from investments. Training things like construction for a player-owned home, farming for herbs or herbalore for potions. Those investments generate money back. Don't waste GP on small flashy upgrades. Save for big unlocks that actually change your.
So what he's saying, guys, is that don't be spending on like rune armor that's like 200k or more. Why not save that and use it for construction? So construction is where you can bank your own house. Now, the reason why my construction is so low, guys, I don't really know what level I am on that. I'm like what 40 maybe? No way I'm level like I have to be 30 or 40 guys on it. And the reason my level is so low, guys, is that construction costs a lot of money. A lot of players that I know spend like 100 million just to make their house. So what he's saying, don't be spending on flashy new gear or flashy new like items. Instead, save your money to get construction up and get Herbler up.
Like a whip, dragon boots, barrows gloves, training your stats, quests, just anything with progression. Every bit of GP should go towards something that either saves or makes more GP in the future.
True.
Skilling has a bad reputation as slow money, but a lot of skills are insanely profitable once you reach the right level. Take farming for example. Herb runs take minutes. Trees and fruit trees even make GP. For hunter you can do red chins at 63 hunter, and this brings in 600 to 800k per hour, and black chins bring 1 mil per hour. You can do rune crafting, double cosmics at 59, astrals at 82, or bloods at 77. You can smith cannonballs. These are AFK but steady money like 200 to 300k per hour. The problem
That's
is a
true.
lot of these players quit these skills early because they're either slow or boring, never realizing they unlock some of the best mid-level money makers in the game. Train at least one profitable skill alongside combat. Even just doing daily herb runs or birdhouse runs.
That is true, guys. I do the like the red champas. I do the herblore runs. I do the cannonballs. You know all that I do, guys, because I'm not good at bossing, and I feel like I always had to die. And I feel like, man, I feel like I'm like not making money, so I would do that stuff. So I know, hey, I made my 800k or I made my 1 mil from it, so I did good. Of course, it takes a longer to make money. If I did bossing, you make a lot more, but hey, that's
Steady
me.
GP that stack over time. Skilling won't make you billions instantly, but it builds
True.
passive income that never stops. Risk is one of the
Risk.
biggest barriers to making GP. New players often avoid the wilderness, bosses, and even tough slayer tasks because they're scared of losing what they want the most, money. But risk is where the rewards are.
I used to do that a lot, guys. I used to be so scared to go to the wilderness, guys, because I felt like if I go there with all my best gear, I'm gonna lose all that money because there's so many PKers out there. But sometimes I go to wilderness now. Now I'm not afraid of it. So there's time to time I go, and if I lose, I lose.
And even if you run into a PKer occasionally, the profits add up. Learning bosses like Zora or Vorkarth might mean dying at first, but once you master them, they're easily 2 to 3 mil per hour. If you avoid risk, you avoid some of the best moneymakers in the game. Simple.
That is
Accept
true.
that dying and losing GP is part of the learning process. Start with safer bosses like Barrows, and then push yourself into harder and higher risk content. The earlier you embrace this, the faster you'll build real wealth. So those are the reasons why 99% of new players never make real GP. Outdated methods, ignoring quests, not learning the GE, skipping Slayer, wasting.
I would have to say why new players are struggling, or just people who are coming back to RuneScape that haven't done so long, is that I'll have to agree a lot of people are afraid to go to the wilderness, and a lot of people are afraid to like bossing and like PKing and all that. I am a bit afraid of bossing a little bit, but I got over that, guys. I started doing more bounties, more giant molds, and more bossing. I got more into it, and I would go to the wilderness too, guys, and risk for Slayer task. And I done it because you know what? I'm not afraid anymore. And you know what, guys? You guys don't be afraid anymore. Hope you guys like this video, and tell me in comments down below, guys. How do you guys make money? If you've been playing for so long, guys, tell me your ways you make money, and tell me in comments down below, guys, what do you guys want to see for the next video? Give us a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and see you next one, guys. Bye.